Welcome to No Tooth Tony Interviews. The purpose of this channel is to give women a chance to share their voice without any judgment. Please respect all of the guests featured on my show. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. Alright, so today I have Miss Heaven, and she's a dancer, she's a artist and an entrepreneur, and she has a lot. Man, this is a
I'm
wonderful lady. She is multi-talented, and she's also a massage therapist. Um, with that being said, Miss Heaven is a wonderful reoccurring guest on my show, but because of me being unprofessional, we haven't been able to release any of our interviews because I always mess it up. But with that being said, every time I do mess it up, Miss Heaven still greets me with open arms and is very forgiving and doesn't, and she act like nothing happened. And I want to say that's so. I appreciate that a lot, Miss Heaven, a lot more than I can express because is I do get nervous sometimes. I mess up, and every time I do, it's like I really need women like you to help me out and be like, it's okay, just get it together, get it right. And I want to tell you thank you for that. The next thing I want to say is I got to give a shout out to Miss Remy Davis. And I gotta give a shout out to Miss KK Diamond because without them, I wouldn't have met you. And they've been showing me nothing but love as well. And I gotta say I love them too. Those my homegirls. But yeah, today is Miss Heaven. Um, Miss Heaven, I want to tell you thank you so much for coming on my show. It's an honor to have you here. A lot of people have been expecting this interview, just because of the fact that the person of who you are and how you carry yourself. Like even me, I can vouch for that personally. You from your Instagram page to your live to you dancing. Everything you do is professional and you do everything the right way and it looks really good for you and your character and your business and your brand and the brands that you represent. A lot of women have been saying like they just want to come, they just want to go to Atlanta to dance with y'all. Like they just all they like women from outside of Georgia. Like every almost every interview I do with a woman who's a dancer, they just want to come out there with y'all, and they really want to get in contact with y'all, but they don't know the right people, or they not ready yet, or they can't, or they might be nervous or scared. And I want to say a lot of women look up to you. You don't even know it. Like it's, but you have a strong community supporting you in the shadows, if that makes sense. So yeah, Miss Heaven, it's an honor to have you here. I want to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you. And can you please introduce yourself?
well, Tony, you put it all out there. My name's Heaven. I'm 27. I started dancing surprisingly 6 months ago. I'm a massage therapist outside of um, dancing, but I also work in a coffee shop. So yeah, uh, I'm flattered with all the nice compliments. I just try to treat people the way they want to be treated and how I would like to be treated. So thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is how okay, how do you work three jobs, Miss Heaven?
I've been working since high school. I don't know. I don't know how to stop. And I honestly, I could tell you now, I haven't had a vacation since high school. Uh, I guess you could say I'm a little bit of a workaholic. Um, I just keep running. I just keep going. I was one point in time, well, few point in times in my life where me and my family were homeless, and I have that mentality. I never want to get there again. And it was one time transitioning from Noonan, Georgia to Atlanta, Georgia, where I was sort of living out my car, but I also sort of help from an ex-boyfriend's family at the time. And it's just I just had that mentality. I don't want to get to that point again ever in my life. So I'm always constantly working, and I don't know what a break is. I'll probably have like a 1 day break, a 2 day break, three, maybe 4 days in a row if I'm lucky. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like a machine. If I'm not working, I feel like I should be working.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand. Um, I'm gonna say that's the best mentality to have. I'm sorry you had to go through what you went through, but I'm glad it made you. Well, I'm glad you are still a strong woman throughout everything that you've been through. You're still headstrong, working hard, and doing your thing in a professional manner. I gotta say, like all the stuff that you miss. The one thing, like I can say with Miss Heaven is everything you see that she has. It might not be um she might not be she doesn't post random stuff. Everything is meant to help promote her and her business, and that speaks a lot on how you will like how you see your future. um with that being said, Miss Heaven, like I said, I apologize that happened to you, but whenever you okay, so you being where you are now, I'm glad that you are continually to I'm glad you are a workaholic, but I'm also glad that you do take at least a 1 day break or two day break if you're lucky, but at least just 1 day, just good.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for that. I'm glad. So yeah, my next question for you is okay. You being is it called a barista?
Yeah. Um, a barista, front of house worker, um, and I work in the kitchen, but mostly in the kitchen now. So, well,
Yes,
mostly in the kitchen.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. So, Miss Heaven, my next question for you is, how long have you been a massage therapist? Was that called a masseuse?
No massage therapist.
Okay, I
Masseuse
apologize.
has a bad kind of like correlation with prostitution in it. And like when you go to school, learn about the body, we like to be called massage
I
therapists, not masseuse.
apologize. I apologize. I don't know
No,
anything about
people
the
don't
massage.
know. People
Okay.
should know. So it's good that you ask that because people don't know.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just correct them when they say, "So you're a masseuse?" No, I'm a massage therapist.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so how long have you been a massage therapist?
Pretty much all my life, I feel like since I was 8. I didn't know the name for it, but like my stepmom would come home from work and I would rub her feet, and I did a lot of shoulder massage for friends and family, get crooks out of people's necks. And then when I found out there was actually a name for massage therapy, I was like, oh, okay, that's what I want to do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is okay, you being a massage therapist, you doing this all your life. Do your hands ever get tired? Or
Yeah, yes,
okay.
they get tired, but there's like exercising and stretching you could do from them, and we learn in school certain body mechanics to help our hands not get so tired.
Yes, ma'am. The reason why I asked that is because when I was a little child, I used to give my aunties and my mother massages. But then, like, my hands get, after 10 minutes, my hands get tired. So I was like, I'm going to use my elbow. And they like, oh, yeah, that feel good.
Yeah,
That feel good. I'm like, it feel good for me, too. Like,
yeah,
I
the
can't
elbow
do
is
it.
another tool to use, um, to give your hands a break as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. But I can't massage nobody now. I know once you get older, it's certain ways you got to do it. You got to be trained a certain way, and I'm not. So I'm not trying to get nobody massages and mess up their cranks and their necks. I'm gonna leave it up to Miss Heaven. So if y'all are in the Georgia area or down south and would love to come and get a massage by Miss Heaven, please message her on Instagram. She is very attentive and she responds to all business inquiries. Did I say that? Okay. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
inquiries.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Heaven, my next question for you is, what? Okay, what have been three of your most favorite memories so far in the massage therapy world?
um, let's see. When I graduated massage school, um, I had somebody that came on my table with extreme pain. They've tried chiropractor, they tried other massage therapists, they tried everything. And when they got off my table, they told me that that was the best massage they had, and they had some real um, pain relief. And see. I forgot this.
It's
I
okay.
forgot this lady's name, but her name. She writes books. She's really into health, and I was able to give her a massage. I think her name's Queen Afua. I think I could be butchering it, but she's big in that community, and I had the opportunity of massaging her once.
That's awesome. Shout out Miss um Queen Mafua. If I'm butchering your name, I apologize. Shout out to you for again. Well, that's cool. That's cool. That's great. That's cool, Miss Heaven. Um, my next question for you is, you've been a dancer for 6 months now. You said, um, in these past 6 months, what are some things in the dancing community that are not looked at from a perspective of my own, or that are not common to, like, for outsiders to know, such as myself? Like, what are some things that you want people to be aware of, if that makes sense?
A lot of dancers are just everyday people.
Right.
I think they think we're. Some people think we're prostitutes, which is nothing wrong. I support sex work in all form types. Um, some people think, they're just the party girls, which completely not the case. There's mothers, there's business women, there's students, there's business women, student mothers. We go home, we work. Some may go out and work some more after. Some may go out and, do whatever they got to do. We come home, we work, and we go home. It's like another job. It's a glamorized job, but it's another job. It's tedious. We pay taxes. Some. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. So, Miss Heaven, my next question for you is: whenever you okay, you being a dancer, do you ever get to take the time out to go to another place where there are dancers and watch them?
yeah, I've been to like a lounge or something outside of work where they had dancers at, but not an actual strip club. Um, if I'm going out, I really don't care to go to. Actually, no, I've been to a strip club once outside of work, and I threw a little money. And I came to my club once after my birthday and threw a little money too. But like as in going out with friends or something like that, I really prefer like restaurants and mate in lounges or hookah lounges where I can chill or going skating, mundane things. I'm not too big of the on the club scene personally outside of work.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The reason why I asked you that is because I interviewed one dancer woman, one woman of dancing, one woman dancer, and she said she go to the club sometimes, and she said I just go cause I like supporting, cause guys don't support more than girls do, like girls do. That's
Oh,
about
that's
about to ask you. Do you think that's true? Do women support
yeah.
women? Okay.
Yeah, I've been in a club and there's some nights where girls will spend more money than the guys. And I've seen dancers come in to support their friends. My sister, she came in on my birthday and she threw me about 500. She's a dancer herself. Yeah, she threw me 500 and I plan to do the same on her birthday. So, yeah.
What? Man, that's awesome. Man,
Mhm.
that's cool. Shout out your sister.
Oh,
That's what's
she a
up.
goat. I can ask if you want want to interview her as well.
Please do. I would love to interview both of y'all together. I will. She and you. Well, if you would like, you could be on the call as well. For sure. Absolutely. I love to interview her. I want to. That's the first question I'm gonna ask her. Well, you did that. You did that. That's cool. Okay. So, my next question for you is, what is okay? So for somebody like myself on the outside looking in, well, okay. So if I ever wanted to go support a dancer at a club, what is the typical amount of money that you suggest somebody coming if they want to be able to have a good time at the club and also be able to eat there and drink there and stuff?
Um, you want the lowest amount of money or just like
Oh, well, I mean average. Like, what do you recommend somebody bringing?
if a if a like an average everyday worker, say for instance warehouse worker, somebody paycheck to paycheck type worker, I say 200, $100 for the stripper or dancer he choose to have dance with, and it's like when you go out to eat, it's about uh 30 $50 anyway when you go out to eat for food. I guess that depends on the prices. The price, some strip clubs they have higher prices, some low, and drinks, drinks are expensive. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, my next question for you is, okay, what are some things that you would like people to know about the massage community, the massage therapy community?
you said what?
What are some things that you would like to know about the massage therapy community
That I would like to know.
that you would like people to know? I
Oh,
apologize. I
okay.
messed that up.
No, you're fine. People think this massage is easy, and it's not. It's very hard work. We go to school just like everybody else. It's very taxing on our body. Um, I'm sorry.
That's
A
okay.
family member just messaged me. It's very taxing on our body. Uh, we take anatomy, chemistry, physiology. You know, we're in school, and it's very hard work. It's not an easy job to do. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what have been your three most favorite memories so far, dancing?
my birthday, on my birthday set, my first birthday set I ever had. Um, I think that night I brought home a pretty decent amount of money. When I was able to dance on stage for the first time with KK Diamond, because I thought she was amazing on the stage and I really looked up to her. And let's see, when KK Diamond came up to me and said I was doing really good, because I was like, okay, I see you on stage and I just started and I don't really know how to do anything. And you're saying I progressed and I'm doing really well. So I was really excited about that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's awesome. Shout out Miss KK Diamond, man.
She's woman
um,
of the year.
yes, ma'am. Okay, so how often do you go live?
It really depends. I used to go live a lot more than I do now. But Instagram is really clocking me and a lot of sex workers at the moment. So I try to be careful because I don't want my page to get taken down.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Please be careful. Have
But
you?
at least once a week I go live.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh, somebody. I can't even say that. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. So I was about to say one of the comments that I seen in your live on Instagram, but I'm gonna just go to the next question.
Well,
So
now I want to hear it. I'm curious about what you was gonna
you want me
say.
to say it on here? You want me to pause it?
You can say it on here. I don't
All
care.
right. So boom. That was like somebody said. Let me. Somebody said. Let me see something. You was like, no, you know Instagram clocking me. Y'all know I can't do this. Y'all know I gotta be presentable. I gotta, and then somebody said, well, dang, jump, bounce sometime for me, bounce, let it. When I said, I no, and I think it
I
was a
remember that.
girl. I think it was
Yes, it was a girl, and she it was a girl.
like what that. I was like, man, I wish I had that type of confidence. I could never type that. I could never.
And I'm like, y'all need to cash at me or something.
That's exactly. That's exactly what you said. Yep. And then No, okay, boom. So I'm a fan, Miss Heaven. I'm a fan myself, just like these other women. So I'm very intrigued by everything that you do in the community there. Like I one time I seen the DJ up in the booth, but it's like his whole booth had a like a shield around it. Like what? That was cool. Okay, so that and then whenever somebody told you that, somebody said the lady said bounce it, just bounce, jump one time so one can bounce out. With the lady, another lady beside you, she said, um, yeah, why you and you said, oh, I told him cash out me. She said, oh, uh-huh. She said, yeah.
Yeah,
She said, you cash out me too. You get that's for
exactly.
real.
Cash out both of us while you
Absolutely.
at it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. That's all I had to say. But I think that was I was that was I won't never forget that ever. I won't
And
forget
then
that.
there was it was one time, I don't know, I don't think it was on the live, I'm not sure.
Oh
But
man.
somebody was they was like, send me your cash app so I could see a titty. And I'm like, it's gonna be $20 or nothing. They was like, dang, I was just gonna send you 10. I'm like, nah.
Dang.
No, you got it at least 20. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
ma'am. I didn't even. I ain't see that one because that would have been the first one I would have said. What? I know that's right.
They be asking to see a titty. I'm just like, y'all cash at me for that.
Absolutely. Shoot. Hey, I don't know. I'ma say, look, you grown. I can't speak nothing. I'm not no woman. I don't know how you feel. I don't know what y'all going through. So I gotta let you do what you do, and without no judgment, go ahead, do your thing. You got my support, 100%, Miss Heaven. Um, for sure. My next question for you is, okay. Can you share one of a fun story that you had before? At the either massage, doing massage therapy or dancing. Like how you just said you
Um,
get. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
we said a story.
Yes, man. Like just how you told me a story. Like you said, the guy said, "I was going to send $10." Like, do you have another story?
Uh, yes, I got to meet T Pain at the club once, and he was super kind of weird. Like he was cool weird. I don't know. Um, but I got to take a picture with him, and he touched my butt cheek while I was taking a picture with him. So I thought that was pretty great because I've been listening to his music as a kid, and I had the biggest crush on him for the longest. So,
Yes, that's awesome.
but he
What?
was really nice. I asked for a picture, and he was like, "Yeah."
What, Miss Heaven? T Pain grab your butt.
He just it was like
That's
he cupped it a
what's
little bit.
up. Man, shout out Mr. T Pain, man. That's what's up. Okay.
He probably wouldn't even remember me if you said blase blase, but I remember. I could still feel the handprint on the
Okay.
cheek.
I know that's right. Um, I seen that picture as well. He had on a predator mask. It was like blue and brown,
Yeah,
and
he had on a mask.
yeah,
Safety first.
yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I remember that picture. I forgot it. I'm glad you brought that up, man. I was gonna ask you how it was. That's awesome. That's cool. You got to see Mr. T Pain, man. I ain't never seen him before. I seen him on
Mm-mm.
TV, but that's
Me
cool.
too. Actually, that's my first. Well, I bumped into a couple old artists. I really didn't remember who they were unless somebody said, "Oh, he the person that sung this song." But that's my first like actual famous person I've met.
Man, that's cool. And then your first famous person that you met was a great experience. You said
It
he
was
was
cool.
cool.
It
That's
was
cool.
nice.
That's awesome. My next question for you is, what's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Sagittarius sun, a Virgo moon, and a Leo rising.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What do they say about your specific signs?
Uh, well, as a Sagittarius, I'm very blunt. I'm a free spirit. I don't. They say like a negative thing. We think without. We speak without thinking. It can be true a little bit, just a little bit. And we're the best sign. We were trending on Twitter all through Aquarius season, so that has to tell you something.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what's your favorite color?
Purple. More so lavender, but all shades of purple.
Yes, ma'am. Has purple always been your favorite color?
As far as I can remember, yes. But I know a long time ago when I was very little, it used to be pink. And I still love pink, especially blush pink. I love blush pink. Um, but purple is the love of my life.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I like purple too. My next question for you is, ooh, would you like to tell the story that okay, you remember whenever you had to get you got your bags? Oh, please
I
tell
what?
me. Okay, it's a story you told me before. You said you got your bags. Do you remember that? Okay, okay. Um,
I don't remember that. Maybe if you like kind of remember what we were speaking
no,
about, because
I'm
just
gonna give
saying
you
you got your
hints.
bags, I don't.
I'm gonna give you hints. I'm gonna give you hints. Okay. So, you had bags. Well, you had one bag, and one of your somebody with you had another bag. Y'all had bags together,
Mm.
and y'all was walking. You were younger.
Oh, when
If you
I
don't want to
convinced
say
my
it,
little
if you don't want to say it, you ain't got to.
when I convinced my little brother to run away with me. Yes, so I convinced my little brother to run away with me because I was tired of cleaning my room. And and I guess that correlates with my favorite animal. So I was tired of cleaning my room. Like I'm sick of it. It keeps getting messy. I'm sharing a room with other folks, and I'm tired of cleaning it. So I packed my little Minnie Mouse bag. I remember it was blue and pink. I stuffed everything in there and a loaf of bread, and I couldn't find me and my brother's shoes, so we left without shoes. And I convinced them because I said we was gonna live at the park. So I as soon as we wasn't even far from the house, as soon as we walked across the street, a police car came up and they stopped us. They was like, "Where are you going?" I was like, and I turned around. I was like, "I'm just gonna go back because this don't make sense." Turn around and I was like, "I'm going home. Going back home. My house right there." And so we got in. So my the police officer brought us to the house, and he gave us me a koala bear and my brother a teddy bear. He said, "If you promise not to run away, we'll give you teddy bears." And that's how I fell in love with koala bears. And yeah, I got in big trouble that night. Big trouble.
Yes, man.
And I still had to clean my room.
And you had to still clean your room as heaven.
Yes.
Man.
You know,
Mm. Mm. Man, shout out your
I
brother.
know I got my ass tore up that night.
It's one of them. It's the ones where you remember. You gonna remember all your life.
Yep,
Yep.
definitely.
That's how you know you're gonna be a great adult. If you got some memories where I did this and it didn't go too good, this is gonna help you out later on.
I never ran away again.
I know that's right. Um, my next question for you is, what's your favorite number?
6.
Has six always been your favorite number?
Yeah, 6 because I was born on the 6th. It's an even number, but I also love the number 8 and 5. I
Yes,
don't know
ma'am.
why I'm just drawn to those numbers.
That's okay. Six, eight, and five. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what are your five favorite foods?
I could tell you like, I
Well,
love
okay.
seafood.
Yes, ma'am.
I hate the question, what are your 5 favorite things? I don't know. Those questions, they trigger me. I'm like, and then I get froze. Like, what are my 5 favorite things? But I do love seafood. I guess I can name five favorite seafood. I'm a salmon, crab legs, lobster, shrimp, and I like whitening. Oh, and clams, oysters, scallops. Okay,
Yes,
I can
ma'am.
name five,
Yes, ma'am.
but seafood.
People asleep on that whitening.
Oh,
Whiting. Yeah.
especially fried on a piece of bread.
You
So
own it.
good.
With no bones. Most of them ain't got no bones. Like,
No, I hate
y-
bones and fish.
y'all got spot.
Hmm?
Y'all got spot. Where you from? Do y'all eat spot?
Mm-mm. I
Man,
never heard. Is that
that's
a
good.
fish?
Yes, but
Oh, see, I never heard of it.
no, you don't. Don't ever eat it. Don't ever eat it.
Don't eat it.
No. You got 1,000 bones, man.
Oh
Spot.
heck
If you got
no.
a spot, it got bone, man. Every spot you have is gonna have bones in it. That whiting
Ugh.
be good. That whiting don't be having no bones.
See, I had a bad experience where had a little bone stuck right there. Like it felt like right there, and I thought I was gonna die when I was little. I would refuse to eat fish unless it didn't have bones in it.
For real. Yes, ma'am. And me too. That's why I don't ever eat. You say you don't like bones, don't eat no spot. But it's so common in like the community, like everywhere you go, that's all they got spot. The catfish, what kind? Oh, y'all got spot.
Oh, catfish.
No,
That catfish is good
like
too. I love some catfish.
okay, okay. Whenever you eat your fish, what type of sauces do you put on them?
Tartar. That that's all you need is tartar. Unless I'm in like a mood for some hot sauce on there. But I just need tartar sauce and I'm good. Tartar sauce, a slice, and if I want a sandwich, a tartar sauce, a sliced cheese, and lettuce and tomato.
Yes, ma'am.
Unless that's for fish. Now salmon, that's a different. I could eat salmon just the way it is with a little lemon juice on there, seasoned right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can eat it just the way it is too. My next question for you is, what are some of your favorite restaurants to go to?
Um, I love 6 Feet Under. That's a seafood restaurant. I love Slutty Vegan. Um, Gus's famous fried chicken. Mwah, so good. It's spicy fried chicken. I feel like honestly, personally for me, it's the best fried chicken in Atlanta. I've tried a lot of fried chicken places and Gus never
That's
fails
a
me.
bold statement.
I have. Well, that's for me personally. For me. I don't need nobody coming in the comments being, yeah, you haven't tried blah 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 blah. Look, I don't care what your favorite is. My favorite is Gus's. Let's see. There's this ramen noodle place in Pont City Market, and I can't pronounce the name. And there's this Japanese barbecue place in Atlantic Station. I can't pronounce the name of that either, and I'm not going to butcher it. But if you type in Google Pont City Market ramen noodles, it will pop up, or uh, Japanese barbecue in Atlantic Station. It'll be the first one that pops up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I think that's awesome. My next question for you is, okay, if you could, oh no, shout out Gus's fried chicken. You said Gus fried chicken.
Gus's famous fried chicken.
Gus's
Wait,
fam.
Gus's world's famous fried chicken.
Shout out Gus's world's famous fried chicken, man.
But it's in the title already. World's famous.
Yes, ma'am. Um, my next question for you is about Slutty Vegan. A lot of people who from that I interviewed from Georgia, that's in their top five. What are their top foods is Slutty Vegan. What makes Slutty Vegan so special? Is it like that for real?
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's the slut sauce inside of it. I'm just saying that. I don't know if it's really called slut sauce. um, my favorite thing is the sloppy toppy. I always get this. Wait, is it a sloppy toppy? I could be wrong. I can always get the same thing. Fries, the sloppy toppy with extra cheese, extra pickles, extra vegan bacon, lettuce, tomato, and then I like to get um their berry sauce they have for something else for my fries. It's
Yes,
just so
ma'am.
good.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
and it tastes like a burger. And I don't eat beef like that unless I'm eating like Asian food or something. And so when I get a burger, I usually go to um, Slutty Vegan or someplace that has a Beyond Burger or an Impossible Burger.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I, during quarantine, when they had Slutty Vegan on Uber Eats, I spent so much money on them.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um. All right. So I think that's awesome. I really want to try it one day. I think that's it's, everybody talk about it. Everybody,
Oh, and their banana pudding's delicious too.
for real. They got dessert
And
too.
they got dessert.
Dang. That's a whole. That's what's up. That's that's a whole family restaurant. Like
Hmm.
that's cool. That's awesome.
And they do so much for the community. It's inspiring.
We need more people like that, man. Shout out Slutty Vegan, man. That's cool. That's cool. My next question for you is, okay, so all right, I got you. My next question for you is, what are some countries that you would like to visit?
Um, Greece, South Korea, Japan, because of the food. um, I want to go to Bora Bora. Um, and yeah, Puerto Rico as well,
Yes,
because
ma'am.
I'm half Puerto Rican, so
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
mix in my culture.
Absolutely. Um, Bora Bora. Last time me and you had an interview, you said that, and I was like, "What is Bora Bora?" I heard it a lot of times before, but I never looked at it. Man,
It's blue. It's just blue waters, beautiful sand. It just looks like paradise. Paradise. And that's what I need right now in my life is a little paradise.
yes, ma'am. Did you see it on the map, like where it's located? Like
It's across the world.
it's in the middle of nowhere. It's just this
It's
little,
an island, yeah.
yeah. Like
Or
I
I wouldn't say it's a country, it's more of an island.
Right, like I think that's awesome. Like, man, Miss Heaven, if you ever go there, please let me know. I'll be waiting for you to post pictures that day. I'll be like, I'm gonna say, please go live one time. I would love to see what that look like because I seen it on TV. I looked it up
Oh,
on
you
YouTube.
you'll make it there yourself one day, probably.
Yo, not the I can't go to boy. What you know how far that is?
You
Yeah.
can go to Bora Bora if you wanted to.
Shoot, I don't know. That's a big goal, Miss Heaven. I ain't even on that mindset yet. That's crazy.
It's an achievable goal. It's not that big.
Man, that's cool, Miss Heaven. That's awesome. Please let me know if you go. I'm gonna say please go live for sure. That's awesome. Like that's cool. My next question for you. Oh, I gotta say, yeah, you educated me. You made me want to do some research from the last interview that we had. I did look at Bora Bora and how it looks, and what I seen was it was like you said, blue, real blue, like sky blue, and then like the stuff, the part that I seen, it was all stilts with houses on top of it in a circle.
Hmm.
Like
Like
man,
on the beach, on the water.
on the water.
So nice.
Like I've never seen anything like that before. I don't think I have. Like that was awesome. For real, that looked real good. But yeah, my next question for you is, what are some of your favorite
I love
besides
cats.
koala bear? I'm sorry.
That's like one of my top favorite pet animals. And I love dogs. And I love koala bears. So I'm a simple girl guy when it comes to animals. Simple guy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Would you rather go into space or deep sea diving?
Deep sea diving because I feel like I have a better chance to survive if something goes awry. So,
Yes, ma'am.
like, I can still kind of, you know, I don't know. I don't know nothing about space, but I do know a little bit about the water.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What would you like to see under space? No, I'm sorry. What would,
Under
what would you like to see underwater?
jellyfish from a distance. When they're glowing up, the big glowy jellyfish that you see underwater.
Yes, ma'am. Ooh, have you ever heard of a Japanese man of war?
I have not.
Okay, so it's I'm not sure if they might not they might not technically consider it a jellyfish, but it's a very very big jellyfish. Like I'm not sure if it lights up, but I mean like the tentacles are like as long as your arm.
Ew.
Like yeah, I'm just but I'm sorry, but I read a book once. Well, a man of war. It's a big jellyfish. I'm I might try to if I remember, I'm gonna try to send you a picture of it. But
Okay.
it's cool. I don't know. It look crazy whenever you see it beside a person like swimming. I like jellyfish too though. That's why I said it. I love jellyfish, but I really like the ones that light up too. Just like you see, I was agreeing. Like I felt that when you said that. And koalas. I like koala bears too, for
Yeah, they're
sure.
funny.
My next question for you is, what are some of your favorite drinks?
Mm, sweet tea. I'm good. Even though I was born in up north, I'm a good old country girl, so I love my sweet tea. Water. You gotta love water. I worry about you if you don't like water. I'm just, I used to hate water, but as a kid, but I love it now. Let's see. I love a good margarita. Um, hmm, yep. Oh, and I like, you know, I don't get to drink them all the time, but the Yoo-Hoos, the chocolate drink, I used to tear those up, and I still will get one every blue moon now. I love those. Like
Man,
it's nostalgia for me.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So if you ever at the club and you done tipped out all your money to Miss Heaven, please just go to the dollar store real quick, get a 6 pack of Yoo-Hoos, and yeah, so that'd be awesome. Okay, so, ooh, man, okay, how was your Valentine's Day?
I didn't have a Valentine.
How did you? Okay, how was your single
So well, there was
Valentine's?
one person who asked me to be their Valentine's, but I felt like it was just wanting for something else, so I told them I was going to be out of town. He said, "Will you be my Valentine's?" I said, "I'm going to be out of town." They was like, "Okay," because I know all they want was the sex, Mama Secret, and Daddy go crazy, and I'm not interested in them like that. Nor have they expressed any interest that they wanted anything other than that.
Oh man, I apologize. I tried to keep my composure on here. I ain't never heard that in my life.
What?
I told him I was out of town. What?
Yeah, I told him I was gonna be out of town. Like I didn't want to say like no. I didn't want to be mean or anything. I just told him I was gonna be out of town.
You not get what I'm saying, Miss Heaven. Now I'm trying to think of how many women done told me they was out of town.
Oh,
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like for it's like that. That's what's up, man. That's every guy need a friend that's a girl. For sure. You need just word. You gonna learn something. Man. I hope he don't see this interview.
I don't care. But he probably won't. He doesn't follow me on Instagram.
I'm glad. That's what's up, Miss Heaven. Okay, boom.
I I don't know. I have this indifference towards men sometimes. I don't, you know.
Yes, ma'am. Um, I'm gonna say this with us: it's easy to find the bad ones. It's easy to find the ones that's not meant for you. For sure. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mm.
Dang, man, my brothers, we gotta step it up. We can't be having women say we out of town because they don't need. Dang, man, that ain't. Hey, next question. I'm sorry, Miss Heaven. I'm sorry, man. That you got me on that one. You did. I don't
Hey,
care. What?
it's just like saying, "Oh, I have a boyfriend,"
Or
which I use a lot. Now I up my game. I start saying I'm married or engaged.
what? Without no ring on your finger, ain't got a lick of finger.
And if I do have one, I'll slide it to the. If I do have a ring on, I'll slide it to the left hand.
I know that's right.
But without no ring on my finger,
Mm, I'm married. What? If a woman ever, no, you not. You lying. It was heaven. No, you not. Let me see him. Where he at? Call him. That's what's up. That's cool. That's awesome, man. That's what's up, Miss.
I'm
Hey, shoot.
sorry. Oh, I mean, I'm look. I've been rejected plenty of times myself, so I don't feel bad rejecting people, other people.
Yes, man. Miss Heaven, you wrong. You do what you want. Say what you want. Can't nobody say
I do
you
what I want, say what I want,
for
like you
real.
said.
For real, you grown.
But I try to do it in a nice way. Unless you really just getting on my nerves, and I've already said no multiple times.
Hmm. Yes, man. Y'all, look, if Miss Heaven say it, she meant it. She better take it the first time for sure. Um, man, I'm glad I'm on your good side for sure. Man, you been so professional and so nice, and I would never even thought of this. Like that's Miss Heaven. Hey, stay on her good side. Is that okay? Let me ask you this: is that just Miss Heaven, or is that Miss Heaven the Sagittarius?
That's just me in
Facts.
general. Sagittarius, heaven, my the name I was born with, all that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Man. Okay. All right. So, Miss Heaven, my next question for you is: do you like to go shopping?
Mm, I feel like shopping is a necessary evil. I like shopping and I don't like shopping. I'm more of an online shopper. But like if I need an outfit and I just don't feel like waiting, oh, excuse me, waiting to get it, I will go shopping. But I'm just like, I'm ready to pull my hair out. And I like unique pieces as footwear. And you don't really get that a lot in like regular stores. And I like to find deals online. But when I'm in a store, I'm just hurry up, just looking through the racks, like just hurry up, trying things on and leaving as fast as possible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I understand completely. My next question for you is: who do your hair?
Um, I go to uh my homegirl named Kate when I need like my hair braided down and a wig installed or like crochet done, and I go this my these braids I got these done by an African lady named Katie, and and she had a helper with her who braided my hair.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shout out Miss Katie, man. Shout out Miss Katie. My next question for you is, what are your plans for the next 5 years, and what are your plans for the next 10 years?
10 years, not thinking that far to be honest. 5 years, I do want to travel across America. I want to buy an ambulance, build it into a small apartment, and like ride across America because I want to be a little nomad for a second. Um, you know, something simple. I'm not looking to live an extravagant life if that happens. But I want to live a comfortable life. Be able to travel at least four times a year. I guess that is extravagant, right? And if I end up being single for the rest of my life, I'll have like this little cottage core house somewhere in the city and have cats. But if I'm with somebody, it's whatever we end up doing.
Yes, ma'am. You better be a cat lover
I
for
love
sure.
cats. You gotta at least be able to tolerate cats. Cause I'm going to have a cat and a dog. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. If Slutty Vegan ever used some new sauce and call it slut sauce, Miss Heaven said it first. And if anybody get an
I feel like they
ambulance.
have a sauce named slut sauce. I feel like they do,
Okay. Okay.
but I don't know the sauce on the burger is called slut sauce.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
But
ma'am.
if they don't,
Okay. For real. Hey, Tony, pull up the video. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Run it back. And also, if anybody ever get an ambulance and put a house in it, to make it turn it into a house, Miss Heaven said it first.
or at least you have one for sale at a low cost. I'm your girl. Preferably the one with the door to the cab, so I could go in and out to the cab
Absolutely.
driver side.
Absolutely. So you can stay in the truck no matter what. You are.
Exactly.
No. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. And non-flat tires. We need those too. Somebody make those tires that never go flat for sure.
Exactly. Because I don't want to change it.
Mm-mm. That's not. That's cool. Okay. So,
I will if I have to, but I don't want to change it.
yes, man. Not gonna change. Don't want to change it at all. Need something simple. My next question for you is
But that's what roadside assistance for.
AAA on the way.
AAA.
You right. I don't trip. I ain't even think about that. Man, I don't. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's cool. All right. So, Miss Heaven, my next question for you is: what would you like to tell the future generation of women?
um, I feel like I've seen a lot of your interviews, and I feel like a lot of women say this, but it's true. Don't let nobody tell you can't do something. Like if you want to dye your hair green and be a Mormon at the same time, just not push your religion onto somebody else. Do it. If you want to be a dancer, a sex worker, and you're doing it for the right reasons, do it. Same for if you want to get your body done. If you want to do that, do it. If you don't. If you want to grow out your hair, underarm hair, and shave your head bald, that's perfectly fine. You know, um, because you can do it if you stick your mind to it. Um, if you want to try something new and you decide is you don't like it, you drop off on it. That's perfectly fine. Life is meaning to live the way you want to live life. So, and
He,
definitely don't let a man tell you can't do nothing because you definitely can. Definitely can. That's how I got into wrestling when I was in high school.
have you ever told me that before?
What?
That you were a wrestler?
I don't
You
remember,
ain't never
but
told me that, Miss Heaven. I remember almost
I
everything.
I have.
Man, what?
Yeah, I wrestled for 3 years.
How you get into that?
I had a boyfriend who wrestled, and I was joking around at the a wrestling table at lunch, saying, "Oh, I'll wrestle," and he said, "You can't wrestle. If you wrestle, I'll quit." And I joined, and he quit.
Sucker. He shouldn't even said that. He tripping. You like y'all had a girls wrestling team as well?
No, there's not a girls wrestling team in the South
I
or
don't think
school.
so. I've never seen it.
No.
You was wrestling dudes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I won some, lost some. I feel like if I started younger at um a, a younger age, like I would have been a beast. I had colleges up north call me to wrestle for them.
Man, Miss Heaven, what? You used to wrestle, man.
It was a wonderful time. I loved it. I didn't like running during practicing. That I felt like we ran more than the track team, but I love
For
wrestling.
real, for
Hmm.
real. I agree. They don't play that in wrestling. You gonna run. They don't play that. That's why I did not play. No, well, my school ain't even offer it, but
Oh, really?
I went to a small school. I had small school, small with some school right beside us in Nix County. They had it though, for sure. It's
Oh,
popular
okay.
here, but I just my school wasn't that big. It ain't that big. But boom, you wrestling like I would feel so disrespected. I wouldn't know if you beat me. I wouldn't never wrestle. I wouldn't. What? I wouldn't never. I wouldn't never tell no woman no again. I don't even. I don't even know what that feel like.
And it felt so good winning, and I felt kind of empathy for the boy wrestlers, and I didn't at the same time because, like, just because I'm a girl, people are watching my matches more. And when I won, whether you're from another team, a same team, a different school, like the whole gym would go up in an uproar. It was great.
Of course, you are man. People, some I know some people went there only to see a girl wrestle, only to see you wrestle. Like,
I don't know about that. I just went to my matches.
man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Every time you went, I could hear it now. It's that feels so belittling.
And I only wrestled two girls the whole time I wrestled. My first wrestling match was against a girl, and I lost. I didn't know really what I was doing, and she has been wrestling for years. She was a great wrestler. And the second girl I wrestled, I won, and I hurt her leg. I didn't mean to, but I was like after a long period of time wrestling boys, and it felt so weird wrestling a girl. Like she just felt very soft and easy to fold.
You just ate it up. You ate it up. Ate it up.
And it was funny because that match I did I remember specifically I was tired, so I was like sleeping on the bench. Like it was early in the morning, and then their coach came up to me, walked up to me with their girl wrestler, and they was like, "Do you want to wrestle our girl?" I was like, "I can ask my coach if you want me to, I can." And then I asked her name was Mel Finley, and she was a wrestling coach. Her sons wrestled on the team, and her husband was a wrestler as well, and they coached our team. And I felt privileged because they were, I think, well-known wrestlers overseas or something. And I felt very privileged. And I asked her, I said, "Hey, they want me to wrestle that girl." And she just looked at me. She said, "Do you want to?" I said, "Sure, I can. I mean, it's really no big deal to me. Oh, like, we can wrestle." Like, I said, "Yeah, sure." And so they're over there getting her hype over there. And I'm just over here stretching because I'm still tired. Like, I'm tired. I'm just like shaking because you shake just to warm up. And then it really didn't last that long. The first we stopped once because somebody unplugged the clock walking by, and then the second time I pinned her, and then apparently I hurt her leg while I pinned her, and I was just like, they was just like, "Yeah, you want?" I said, "Yeah, okay, cool," and I went to lay back down and take a nap, but But they
Fire.
were just so sure of their female wrestler, like, oh, she about to get her ass whooped. You want to wrestle more? I was like, I don't care, like, because they came up to me. They didn't ask my coach at first. It was like, you want to wrestle? I was like,
Mm.
sure, why not? And I was very shy in high school anyway, so I
Yes,
was like,
ma'am.
sure, I can.
That's awesome. You can wrestle, Miss Heaven. That's what's up. I don't, man. I'm really glad I'm on your good side. I don't want no problems with you, Miss Heaven. I just want that to be known. Ever, if me and you ever have a disagreement, it's my fault. I'm sorry. Forgive me. You got it. You got it. You got it. That's what's up, Miss Heaven. I'm not physical at all. Well, you'll probably pin me up like you did that little girl. For sure.
Probably.
Facts. Alright, so my next question for you is what would you like to tell your future self 20 years from now?
You still look this fine? Okay, I see you. I see you. Mm-hmm. You didn't think we was gonna be this fine, but we fine, aren't we? I don't know what I would tell my future self. I don't know what she's gonna be doing. It changes with the wind with her.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Shout out to Miss Future Heaven. Um my next question for you is are there any shout outs that you would like to make to your friends or to your family?
Um, I'm not good with shout outs, but I want to shout out my dad right now. He's in surgery. Well, I'm not sure if he's still in surgery. I haven't heard nothing from him, but he's one of the loves of my life. I have two dads. This one who's in surgery is my biological father. Shout out to my friends and my family members. And Loyalty First is a black owned business. Um, they do sweaters and everything. So shout out to Loyalty First for always being loyal.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is what would you like people to know about you before they go to your social medias?
Uh, don't let the pictures fool you. I'm really corny in real life. I'm really corny in real life and I'm easy to talk to. So, and I'm open minded. So it has a little bit of everything on my social media. I used to post a lot of political things, but now that I'm more into dancing, I'm not as political on my social media because, you know, um, they don't care about they don't care about that. I still post some political memes and or stories on my story, but not on my timeline.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is how do you feel women are represented in the world?
Um, I feel like we came a long way from where we used to be. I mean, we still have a little work to do, but like Beyonce say, we run the world. We're like the squirrels in the episode of Rick and Morty. They don't know, they don't know what we are, but we run shit. So I feel like there's a lot more work to do with equal pay and women's rights. But yeah, that's my short answer for things. Do I have a longer winded one? Yes. Do I want to explain it right now? No.
Yes, ma'am. That's okay. That's okay. My next question for you is do you believe police brutality is real or do you think it's made up?
It's definitely real. I've definitely went to plenty of protests. I've definitely had experience with police that it has not gone that far, but there was extreme bias. Um, I mean, how can you not believe it's real? Just look at everything in the world on your social media, your life experience, what your friends and family of color are telling you. So I've known some police officers, um, and have I'm not gonna say nothing because I don't know if my mom gonna watch this, but
Facts.
but I've known some police officers and spoken to them, and you could hear their bias or their conversations towards policing, and it's like, do you hear yourself? So yeah, police brutality is real. I'm definitely for Black Lives Matter. Definitely not for Blue Lives Matter. Sorry, mom and her husband, but that's just how I feel, and that's my personal view on things.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And if you look on her Instagram, she definitely shows it. It's hashtag Black Lives Matter on her bio for sure. Um, my next question. I support you, my sister, for real, because we need more people like you. The things you do, you strong to do all that. Man, you strong. We need more women like you for sure. That's what I'm gonna say. My next question for you is, okay, so you doing these protests, you really like a part of history. I don't know if you know that or not, but like 100 years from now, 200 years from now, they're gonna talk about the riots that happened with the Capitol Hill and with the police killing George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and and uh, the majorities killing my Ahmaud Arbery and people so on and so forth. With that being said, you being a part of history, um, what is something that you wish you could tell to? What is something positive that you wish you could tell to the negative members of law enforcement? Or to the negative people who believe police brutality is okay. Damn.
There's nothing positive you could say towards them because you can explain in a calm, legitimate manner, and they still will find a way where it turns out in their favor. They have like this veil over their mask that they refuse to remove. So I'm honestly at this point in my life where I don't feel like I don't have to give you any positivity or explain anything towards you. You see what's out there. You see what people are saying. There's articles, there's proof, there's actual videos. There's video of white people being different in the same situation where a black person would be killed. So I don't have nothing positive to say to them.
Yes,
They
ma'am.
they know what's going on and they're comfortable because it's not happening to them. And no, and
Yes,
they have
ma'am.
bias.
The what?
I said, and they're biased.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Absolutely. I agree. I agree. My next question for you is: can you send a positive message to our brothers and our sisters on coming together?
Uh, yes, there will be bad apples in a bunch, but there's a lot of good apples, and we just have to hold on to those bad apples because I see people are always like, if something happens negative within our community, like a little girl getting shot, people are always like, but what about Black Lives Matter, huh? And they're questioning Black Lives Matter. And Black Lives Matter is represented for us as people of color, as Black people, to be treated equal and get the same justice as white people do and not being shot for um, being accused of having a counterfeit $20 bill. No, not beating our knee on our neck and dying, shot, whatever. Um, that's what Black Lives Matter lives mean. They're going to be bad people. There's bad people in every community, and we can't look on ourselves and saying, "What about this? I thought we were supposed to be sticking together," and tear down or diminish the representation of what Black Lives Matter means. So yeah, there's bad apples in the bunch, but that goes for every culture, every religion, every race, and we just can't let that deter us from our goal. And even if something does happen, we still need to stick together and not diminish our own movement because of what's happening in our community.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is: how do you feel black women are represented in the world?
I feel like we're over sexualized. We're at the bottom of the totem pole some days. Um, we people like to take things from us and not give us credit. We're not represented the way we should be, but that's it is what it is right now. But hopefully it gets better because we're everything. Okay, we're the sunshine. So that's how I feel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, can you please send a positive message to our black women around the world?
Mm, you're beautiful. Your skin is made of gold sunshine. Your smile is full of spirit, and your soul will go beyond this universe. And I just grab onto those words and keep pushing because no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through, I love you, and every black woman who loves you, and we see you and we hear you, and and we can lean on each other from our experience together. So keep doing your thing, girl.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My last question for you, Miss Heaven, is about you in politics. So, whenever I do have to start, getting this campaign together because you running. What are some things that you would do when you become the president?
Oh, I don't want to be the president. I don't want to be the president. I don't, but I want to see a black woman president. So
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Okay, so if a black woman did come to you and say, Miss Heaven, I'm about to run for president and I would love for you to help me out. Um, what are some areas that you would like her to focus on?
um, raising minimum wage, women's rights, immigration, um, uh, police brutality. The I'm very progressive, so whatever the progressive movements are today is what I would want her to focus on. I voted for Bernie Sanders, so
There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you voted for him and not somebody else. For sure. For sure. But yeah,
but that was in the not the primary, but the I'm losing my train of thought right now. You know
whenever
what I
it's a
mean?
lot of them, whenever it's a lot of
Yes,
people, for sure.
I did a lot of voting this last past year and year.
Yes, ma'am. Um, Man, the Capitol Hill got raided, voting got postponed. Man, a lot of stuff, a lot of places we had, a lot of things that we had set in this country that we thought were solid is coming to find out not to be too solid. But
I don't think they were ever solid
I don't
at all.
either. For sure.
I think we America likes to live in this facade. Like everything is the way it should be. Nothing can penetrate it, and it's not. If you
Real.
spending like, I feel like if you spending 2 hours at the DMV, I think you could penetrate the Capitol.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, I agree with you 100%. Miss Heaven, I would like to tell you thank you, thank you, thank you so much for coming on my show. After time and time again, I done messed up and did a whole bunch, a whole bunch of unprofessional stuff. You still are giving me the chance, and I really do appreciate it. It's an honor to have you here, Miss Heaven, and I would love to have a part two with you one day. Um, I would also like to say Miss Heaven, this was an amazing interview. I really enjoyed this, and I believe you said a couple things that could really help somebody out or change somebody's life around. And I respect this. I respect you. Well, I appreciate you, Miss Heaven, and I feel we need a lot more women out here like you who are willing to help out anybody like you are. Thank you again, Miss Heaven, for coming on my show.
Thank you. It's no problem. I enjoy myself. Um, Time always fly by when we on the FaceTiming on the conversation. I guess you say this is FaceTiming or that's just for the phones. Okay, so time always seemed to fly by. Uh, I don't think it was unprofessional. It could have been. I don't know. This is my first interview. Well, third now with you, but originally first. So I wouldn't know what professional is anyway. So I can't con- critique you on that.
That's good with me too. I appreciate you, Miss Heaven. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, ma'am.